All right, so recently we had news that Michael Burry he's not shorting the market. He is buying put options on the NASDAQ and on the S&P, which is slightly different than shorting. Shorting has unlimited downside. Buying put options has limited downside, but unlimited upside, with the caveat that your timing has to be right. So that's the big thing when it comes to with what he's doing. But there's many aspects to this that I seen from Adam Koo. I look at all of Michael Burry's recent predictions. Now, I'm guessing he's made more than this, but these are ones that he has made. Again, in 2005, he predicted the housing market crash. That's what he's famous for, and that's where I believe he made virtually all of his money. On December 2015, he predicted the stock market would crash within the next few months. The S&P was up 11% over the next year. May 2017, he predicted a global financial meltdown, S&P up 19 over the next 12 months. September 2019, he predicted a stock market crash, S&P up 15% in the next year. March 2020, he revealed a massive bearish bet, S&P up 72% over the next year. February 2021, he predicted a stock market crash, should be speculative bubble. Down, S&P up 16% over the next 12 months. September 22, he predicted a stock market crash. S&P up 21% over the next 11 months. So again, that was the most recent one before this one. And so again, January 2023 predicts a recession and a new round of inflation. The S&P's up. Okay, so that was actually not the most recent one, the one from today. So again, of his major predictions, he's gotten virtually all of them wrong, right? And this is the thing when it comes to a lot of these people, is that a lot of these people, they're not as good as you think they are, right? I mean, a lot of these guys, again, they got famous for whatever reason, but they're not as good as what you think, right? And even Warren Buffett, I mean, he's been super good over the long run, but recently I don't think he's been as good as what a lot of people think. So that's the thing when it comes to that. But I think that there's another important aspect to this, right? That when it comes to this stuff, shorting or buying put options, in my opinion, it's not a good idea for several reasons, right? Number one, you have to be right about timing, which is very hard to do, right? I mean, it took 3 years for that housing market prediction to turn out, right? That's a lot of time. And not only do you have to be right about timing, but you also have to be right about when you take your profits, right? So let's say the market goes down 10%, but you short the market. You're like, hell no, I'm waiting until 20% down before I take profits, and it goes right back up. Well, you just lost your entire trade there. So again, there's so many aspects that you have to be right about that it almost makes no sense. In fact, it does make no sense, right? Shorting the market or buying put options, in my opinion, it's not a good idea, because again, you have to be right about timing, and even if you are right about timing, you have to be right about when you take profits. Because let's just say you do sell when you're up, when the market is down 10%, let's say, and you take profits there. Well, if it goes down another 10 or 20%, you're going to look like an idiot, right? So that's the reason that in my opinion, shorting is never really a good idea, right? Or buying put options, right? I mean, look at in March of 2020, everything looked bearish as can be, but yet that was the best time to be buying in a decade, essentially, right? So that's why I would, again, my personal opinion would recommend against it. And again, when it comes to people like Michael Burry, a lot of these guys have been perma bears, right? These guys are literally perma bears, and I don't know why anyone would take what they're saying seriously. And let's just say they are right. Okay, well, you predicted 10 of the last two crashes. Like, who cares? So that's the thing I can't stand. I mean, and again, you see this a lot with Bitcoin, right? I mean, you had Peter Schiff is the best example of it, but you had like Dave Ramsey and some of these guys as well. After the last crypto bear market, a lot of these guys are taking their victory laps. But what they don't tell you is I mean, Peter Schiff's been bearish since it was like $10, right? Dave Ramsey, I remember seeing a post or a call from him. He was bearish at like $400, right? So again, you got to take everything that these guys are saying with a grain of salt, because like you see here, Burry's almost always bearish, right? Almost always bearish. And it's not that he's not necessarily right about certain things, right? I mean, if you look at, in 2022 and 2021, I mean, I think that there a lot of things were a bubble. Tesla probably was a bubble. But again, you got to get the timing right. You got to get so many things right that it's just not worth it, right? It's just not worth it. And even like if you take someone who supposedly, whether you agree or not is irrelevant, right? I mean, who supposedly is an expert, and yet he's gotten so many things wrong. I don't know why you would go for this kind of stuff, right? So again, that's just my opinion on this whole situation. I think Adam Koo points out a good thing here. Now again, I think that the market is going to correct, right? I mean, we're probably in the early stages of that, but I don't think that we're going to see anything super, super severe. And now again, let's just say we do see something super severe. We go down 20, 30% from here. Well, okay. How do you, nobody can tell exactly where the bottom is, right? You may keep shorting and say, hey, it's down 20%. I'm not stopping until it goes down 30. Boom, it roars right back up, right? Because, if the Fed reverses course, that's going to be a bearish signal, right? So again, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Nobody knows, but that's just what I think. So anyway, I would love to hear other people's comments, critiques, questions, any of that kind of stuff. So again, hit that like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.